Hey, you know what this is? This is our homemade mini bike, part of it at least. We're going to tell you what we're doing and how we're doing it. Check this out. Hey friends, Dan Przowski here without Sarah. She's in Texas right now, actually at spring break for her college, and she's over there with her brother at her brother's house in some warm weather. I think she's golfing today, so she's got it made. And I'm sitting here in Michigan at 32-degree weather, and it's a bit cold, but hey, we got the heater going, and we're kind of excited because I got some more weldments made, and we're going to be able to go ahead with the process here on our mini bike. So, you know, this I say, I remember buying these plans out of Boys Life way back in the 1970s, very, very early 1970s. They sold them in there, and I got the rights to them. And every time we started to build these plans, I always change things. I just do. I don't know, I do. But so this time, I'm sticking with the plans, and this was kind of our prototype here, going to be for our little red racer. And so I want to talk about that because it's been a long journey because between COVID hitting, price rises, all kinds of stuff, people working, not working, it just gets kind of tough to do. And when you're having pieces made, for instance, you know, any piece you have made costs money to have it made. Or I have a buddy of mine, he's a great tool and die maker, and he's been really helping me along. And but again, he's got to do it in his spare time, and to keep costs down, we're just taking metal because it's just a prototype. We're not actually even getting always the exact thickness. We don't care. We just need one bike made that we know runs and is perfect. Then we can run the right gauges, the tubing, and that's right. But some of these weldment parts, they're actually heavier than what they have to be, but we're just using steel that's laying around that he has, and then it doesn't cost me anything then. So that's where we're at. But anyway, so how about I talk about this a little bit because it's really interesting. We've done a couple frames before, but kind of did them an eyeballing, and you always run in with little issues. And even this, that's why until we get one exactly the way we make it, we won't produce more. But I'm hoping that this is the charm on this one right here. And let's take a look at this over here. So basically, the frame is right here. These will all, this will get welded together. We just wanted to have the frame made. We got our two pieces right there. This is going to run directly. This is where the rear axle will go on to. It's going to run directly like they did off of the plans. I want to run it that way. I know there's some changes. People will look and they say, why don't you close off the ends and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what we'll do in the future totally. But right now, that's the way we'll do it. It would run just like this. I'm going to run it and attach it up there just like that. There's different ways you can do it, but you know, you can run it in, but I'm going to go along with these plans. These plans sold for over 40 years in Popular Mechanics and Boys Life magazine and other types of magazines like that, and some of the comic books. And I remember when I was about 10 or 11 years old, I sent away from them. I think they were like back then $1.50 or $2. I can't remember. Anyway, but so later on in life, I had a mail order business going on, and I sold things in Boys Life and that. When I saw they quit, I called the people up, and they sold me the rights to the plans and that. So these are the things we usually wait on. These weldments for there. Right here, I've got two brackets. We still got to put the holes in. I'll round the edges off. These here brackets will be for the seat. They'll hold the seat. This one's closer up to the front. It will be of the mini bike, and this one back to the rear. So you see, I got a little work to do there still. One of the toughest parts, the toughest part actually, is the handlebars. And why I say that is because now I'm running this exactly. These handlebars are running exactly with the way that it is in the plans, and we're using the tree instead of just two ends there. These actually go right in the center. And when you do this, like we're doing, and right here, I've got it attached here, the yoke here. That piece right there will be welded onto the front of the frame. And then, of course, this would be welded and go through. Now, we have to run these in like this right now because once you get one on, you can't get the other one in, and you have to do it before you pinch the bottoms and drill the hole. Because once you pinch the bottoms, that's too wide. That's not going to go through there. It'll never go through there. But you can't run them through here separate. You can run the first one, but not the second one. By the time the second one won't work. So anyway, we're finding that out, that if we did production, we would have to have them both put in there, or we eliminate the edge here and just have it go half circled here and just do our welds over there. We'll figure that out as we're doing it, so to speak, or see what or how we like it. And so other than that, the only thing we didn't make right here is a motor mount I've got laying around, but we'll end up making our own motor mounts also. So right there is where we're sitting at. We're hoping to get into the welding next week. It's Thursday already, and things going on, but we're hoping to get into welding parts of that. I would like to tell you it'll be done by the end of next week or into the next week, but I really don't know because I'm not doing the welding on this right here, okay? So somebody else that's going to help is going to get that done on there, right? And so they're a master welder too, so it'll be done and done correctly. So that's where we're at with that, and I'm really excited though because this one right here should be our final. And if it ends up being right, then we can start making the jigs for it and actually start producing them if it's cost effective. Steel right now is going through the ceiling, as you know, with gas prices and oil on that. Everything else has increased. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, hey, we'll just make a couple frames and either enjoy them or once in a while sell one or something. I'm not sure. You can see over here, I got the tires. These are different tires. I kind of talked about this the other day. This is actually for the rear. I'm sorry, for the front, which would be this tire. This here's for the rear. And for the heck of it, what I'm going to do here, I'll just show you. I'll fill this up and we'll show you how we put this together, all right? Huh? All right, it's going. Okay. Hey, guys, welcome back. Okay, so also on the mini bike, we're going to use these here. The one we're doing the prototype I'm talking about, we're going to use these TriStar here. And so basically, you just put the inner tube in the tire, give it a little bit of air to spread it out. You get in there, you don't do too much, just enough in there to keep it apart. Hey, Rick, don't be wrecking my frame, man. So from there, take and there's the valve stem. And what you look for in here is the valve stem notch, which I can't find for some reason right here. There it is, outside. So I'll put that one there, make sure that valve stem comes out of there. That laying there. Same thing on this side. Where are we at? Is that there? Goes right there. From there, just make sure it's straight, because it will line up when you get these bolts in there. Or hopefully it will, if I get it right. Come on. Straighten it a little bit. Of course, only because I'm doing this live is it not wanting to work for me, but it'll go in. Hold on, let's get it. I can see it from that end a little better. Come on. There, got one in. So I get that one in, the other should be lined up better to be able to go in. Let's see. Yep. So all you do is get those in. Bolt them up a little bit. Now, the issue I got going on here, as you can see, the tires is not giving me that leeway in there. This is in the garage, and everything in here is really super cold. Just really cold. So all I need to do is be able to get it started a little bit. Hopefully. There we go. Man, didn't that take longer than, like, you thought I was, never ever saw one of these before. Although I haven't had to play around with one for a while, that's for sure. All right, stop that a second while I get my tools, Rick. It's going.
You gotta be.
I just pushed it.
It's gotta be.
You pushing the, oh, maybe the black. Are you pushing the red?
Yeah.
Maybe I pushed the black.
I don't know.
All right, hey guys, so don't you hate that? So it's a 13 millimeter, and of course, I had lost my 13 millimeter. I remember a couple weeks ago I was doing something. I'm like, I went to get the 13 millimeter. It fell out of the box somewhere. So, but I never found it, and I hate that because I got to get another one because then you got to use tools you don't like to use. And anyway, that using it not as efficient as using exactly what you need. Now, let's see here. So it's the other side. It wants to slip out on me. Get it to hold in there a little bit tighter. And you kind of don't tighten just one all the way. Actually, I should have already went around and torqued these others down a little bit, but it's all right. I didn't do it too hard or anything, so. Hit this one here a little bit. So I've got them pretty much tightened now, so I'm just going to fill it up with air, and that one will be good to go. I'll show you. So once you get that connected up there, air in your compressor, get her on there, and you just got to be careful. Make sure it's coming out right on all sides and don't overinflate it. It says 30 PSI. This is cold, and so I kind of take my time until I get it exactly where I want it. Pretty good. I'll use the gauge on it and see exactly what I got, and but I'm gonna let this tire warm up a little bit more. But anyway, so that's what we got going. I'll end up doing the other one, and hopefully we're gonna have some new film on that. But I'm also gonna do that carb change that I talked about the other day on the Motovox, taking the carb. This was the original one. The jet got bad on here. I like this one again because it's the way it came, and the fuel valve, fuel intake is there where the hose goes on. On the one that I got on the market, it comes straight up, and it's really hard because the frame's in the way, really, really hard to get the fuel line in there, and it might not be flowing as good as it could be. So I'll show you that. We'll end up taking this one off, putting the other one on there, putting it back on the bike, seeing if it works, and if it does, that's really good because then I got the original on there with the way the fuel line is supposed to be set up. So anyway, thanks for watching. Share with your friends, make some comments. And remember, when we make the mini bike, there's always a lot of options, and people like different things. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't matter. They like different things. They might like the way that I talked about putting a clutch brake on it, and somebody says, yeah, if it falls off, and rightfully so, you can't stop the bike. But I personally, if it's just a regular mini bike, it's not super powered and going real fast, and maybe a stage 2, 1, 2, 3 kit on a Predator 212, well, then you're going to go really, really fast. But most mini bikes, you're going about 25, 30 miles an hour at best. I personally have never had a chain pop off. Usually if they pop off, I'm going 5, 10 miles an hour tops, and it pops off. So just saying, that's the difference on between the clutch brake and a rear brake on there, but I don't know. So everybody likes things a little different. We're just doing some way. We know that we can always change things or make it other ways, but sometimes it's just a personal preference of what you're trying to do, and that's what some of what I'm doing. I'm sticking to these plans as much as I can, considering that they're right, hopefully, and we'll find out. And that's the bike. That's what it'll be. and then we'll make refinements if we decide that we're going to try to produce them and sell them on the market. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please share with your friends. Join our page if you can, like us, and subscribe to us on YouTube. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.